Good morning. As you can see, this morning minutes is a recorded version. I'm taking a slow pace this next few days. I will be around, but just taking some downtime, which is lovely. And I didn't want us to miss out on our Friday morning. So I am here in spirit, of course, and I'm going to continue on and share some valuable, I hope, information. I'll just share just how I would consider being with negative comments on social media, and also give you some of my personal experiences about that. So, we have to admit that when people say things about us or the brands that we're building out in this space where others can hear it, that it can have some sort of an effect on our inner world. In other words, we're sharing, for some of us, we're sharing our creativity, we're sharing what we, in our deeper inner spaces, may feel a little vulnerable about sharing in the first place, but we're doing it anyway. And to get negativity and negative comments about that can really be shocking for someone that hasn't prepared themselves for it. And there is also the other side of it, which is if you have children, the whole idea of cyberbullying. So how do we get stronger around this? How do we build a resilience within, a level of ground, have a garden flourishing and strongly enough so that the weeds don't come and take over? Because in someone that actually is going to put a negative comment, is going to share something that is hurtful, thoughtless, when you think about that person's inner life, that is how they live. So for me, the first thing that I think of really is I feel a little sad for them. And I kind of think, well, wow, that would be really tough to actually live in a world like that, because if someone's going to share that externally, that's what's actually going on there. The weeds have really taken over in their inner life, and they've got more weeds than they have flowers, I can tell you now. So for me, I don't want to be against a person like that. And I certainly don't want to be insincere and play some sort of game with people that are so lost that they are saying and doing such things. So I think that one of the things that we have to understand is that if we are going to constantly be looking at the outside world to give us a reference about who we are and what we are, then we're in real serious trouble. So, if we're looking for the outside world somehow, we're seeking approval, or we need the outside world to support us or help us to feel good about ourselves, well, we need to take a step back, and we need to say to ourselves, look, let's take a deeper look within, and let's look at why, what are we doing? So, people that go around doing things like this, saying negative, writing negative comments, they're there for us to learn from them. They're not there for us to be insincere or to try to win or to, try and better them in some way, in an insincere way. They're there for us to learn from them. So we can start to see that, gosh, I actually somehow am hurt because I need approval. I'm seeking some level of approval. If you believe that everyone is going to agree with you, or you're entitled to have other people agree with you, agree with your creativity, agree with your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, that is just such a false idea, and it will hurt you. You will suffer if you carry that belief on your shoulders. If you walk around this planet with that belief on your shoulders, believing that others are not free to express themselves, even negatively, you will suffer. So what I would like you to do is take that belief, if you have it, because you probably do, as most of us do, and a lot of us have it in an unconscious way. So what I'm trying to do is bring it up into your conscious mind right now, and just pick it up and just put it down beside you. Just literally take it off your shoulders and put it there and say, wow, that was heavy. So people don't have to agree with me. People don't have to have the same opinions. They don't even have to like what I post. They don't even have to like me. And they certainly don't have to like my creativity. And they certainly do not have to write nice things about me. In fact, they're free to do whatever they wish. Now, when you say that to yourself, and you put down that belief and just sit it down to the side, it's just extraordinary. It's like you're just laying it down to sleep. You're saying, well, that was heavy. I don't need that anymore. And from that clear space within, you start to see in your inner world, you start to sort of get more of a sense of, how would you handle these negative comments? If you're building a brand, you do need to speak. You do sometimes need to say something. But whatever you say, for goodness sakes, make it sincere. Don't play games with your brands. Don't play games with negativity. Because the minute that you're engaging with negativity through insincerity, you're making negativity real. And all that you're actually doing is saying that I've got a war raging in my inner world. There's the good and there's the bad. And that's just violence. And, that really means that in your inner world, you're still in the dark ages. And our planet literally is reflecting that. So I am asking you, I'm compelling you to take a closer look and consider that the way to deal with negative comments is to first engage in your own, really take a look at what's going on inside of you. Learn your beautiful universal, lesson. Thank this negativity for giving you an opportunity to unburden yourself from this false belief. And then with love, with clarity, you may choose to respond or you may choose not to. But you certainly do not want to bring insincerity in and continue this war between the positive and the negative. And this is why positive and negative thinking really is a fool's game. And yes, it can be helpful for a time, but I have to say that, what really has to happen at some point is we need to wake up and end the violence that's occurring between these two polarities, and just go a little deeper, right? Because when you follow that thread down lower, you'll see that there's a constant joy, as we said yesterday, a constant love within you that never leaves you, and that is your true nature. And that you have a choice, and you also have the power to release yourself from this idea of the positive and the negative. And, this is a very big topic, and a very big topic for Morning Minutes. We're already 7 minutes and 43 seconds. So I'm going to be dealing with this topic in much more depth and with more nourishment. I want to bring more nourishment to this idea and really uncover the truth so that we can release ourselves from this polarization and find what's real inside of us in the mentoring programs and coaching programs I'll be running. But for now, just take this in and consider it. If you have negative comments, see it as a learning. And bring sincerity into your heart, because that's what matters the most. And, there's empathy. Like for anyone that would let their fingers, click the keys on a keyboard and say something hurtful, thoughtless, write it even and give it form. There's only empathy for someone that would do that. And so for me, in the past, what I've always done is, with all the sincerity in my heart, is reach out and deal with it in a way that I was being authentic in and I was being real in. And I think that that has been a saving grace for me. It has allowed me to release myself from the fear. Yes, of course, as we're reaching more and expanding and growing, and we're using these social media platforms to share more of what we love and who we are with them, what we believe we are with the world, we're going to have people that are we're going to come across all kinds of people. And we have to accept that. We have to be courageous enough to say, you know what, I have taken this on. And I want to learn. I want to use what I'm doing to learn how to grow, to pull out those weeds and grow a beautiful garden within that nourishes not only my own inner space, but influences my external world, the world of my children, the planet, and really do some good while we're here. But first, all of that is an inside job. Thank you for listening. Take care. Your sincerity is more valuable than so much of what you may currently believe is valuable. Have a little think about that. It's such a beautiful word. I love it. Take care. Have a great weekend. See you soon.